All right, John, you're here with your stable star, Barber Road. Tell us about the work this morning.
The work went really well. We wanted to do a nice, easy three-quarter work at the beginning with a nice, stronger finish. He went the first part of the breeze in 39 seconds and came home in 37 and change, which is really good. I got to see that last eighth in 11 and 3, 11 and 2. And then he got a really nice gallop out after the work, back around to the 7/8. So it's just perfect, exactly what I wanted. Nice, long, steady workout with a little kick at the end.
He's been a real ATM. Every time he runs, there's money coming out. But a lot of, he's got the streak of seconds with, I think, a third tucked in there. How do you turn those seconds into a win in the Kentucky Derby?
Honestly, it's all about racing luck. We keep we're just shy of getting that perfect trip every time. But this is a horse that's got a lot of guts and will to go through holes and make holes himself. And once we get clear through the traffic, you see he's a running horse. So hopefully we'll get a nice trip this time around.
You've been training how many years now? 5?
6 years.
6 years? Yeah. How big is this having a horse in the Kentucky Derby and having a horse that was prominent throughout the whole 3-year-old series at Oaklawn?
Being at Oakland with him and being part of those races, it means a lot because it's another home track to me. Churchill's home track. I live in Kentucky, but Oakland gave me my first opportunity to get started as a trainer, and I had a lot of success. So I like being a part of all the races there, and having a 3-year-old. I mean, anybody who has a 3-year-old that can compete in the Derby preps, it's meaningful. It means a lot. I'm just proud of the horse himself. He owes me nothing. He went from being a maiden 30 to being in the Kentucky Derby, and this is all on his own will and his own ability. We're just going along with the ride, so it means a lot.
Heretofore, your stakes horses have been, you've won grade stakes with horses you've claimed. This horse was a purchase, but Mr. Simon purchased him for the $15,000 as a weanling, or was he resold in there?
No, he was bought as a weanling by Jared Hughes. He's a bloodstock agent. He picked him out as a weanling, and that was the start of the beginning of Bill's new business plan: is buying weanlings, filtering out horses into yearlings, and buying more, filtering out those yearlings, and developing the stock that we can run as 2-year-olds, which turns out to be like horses like Barber Road. Claiming is not just the only game we play here. We have a history of developing younger horses as well. We've developed Mr. Dumas as a 2-year-old. We bought him out of the 2-year-old in training, and our barn usually runs in a good high percentage with our 2-year-olds or just our maidens. So having our 2-year-olds, our babies, and 3-year-olds ready to run is very important.
Here's what I was getting at. You haven't gotten the real expensive numbers of horses that some of these guys you're going to be competing against have gotten. So, I mean, you've made the most of what you've had, and certainly $15,000.
Yeah, this is it's called horse racing. It's not money racing. It's not who can buy the most expensive horse. It's who bought the athlete. $15,000 in this case bought a great athlete. $500,000, $1.5 million, can get you the quality and more insurance that you can make it up into this, but nothing's ever set in stone in this game.
And didn't Barber Road go through your dad, Carlos? Did he break him?
Yeah, so after Jared bought him, he stayed at Jared's farm for his yearling year, and then in November we usually send all the 2-year-olds back down to Ocala to my dad. Which he usually gets all my WSS horses and all the yearlings that I have for the majority. He does a fantastic job. He gets them really sharp and ready to go. Once they're on the track, they know what they're doing, and he's no different.
Well, what was your dad telling you about him as a young horse?
We had a very just he's kind of like a plain horse when you look at him. Looks fantastic, physically, but back then as a 2-year-old, young 2-year-old. He looked a little bit plain. You knew that there's something there, and his works are never like mind-blowing. He's not going to put out a bullet there every time, and that's what I like about him, because he knows how to take care of himself, and he saves all that energy for the afternoon. We all just thought that this horse is going to be a horse to stretch out, and we were going to have fun. We just didn't think about how much fun we are going to have.
Yeah. He looks like he's a horse with a lot of personality.
Yeah, no, he is. He's down at Oakland. He was in the first stall when you came in. You drove up, you parked up, and you walk up, and he's in here in the front of the stall. Always the same thing. Eyes bright. His ears always pricked forward. Always in the front of the stall, and he's always playing with his jolly ball. Happy to see people come by. He gets a little bit nippy, but he's a boy. He's young, but that's him. Like he's just goofing around.
Now that we know most of the field, there's some bubble horses. Some horses could come in and out on the towards the bottom of the point system. But when you see the horses that we know are going to be in there, how do you feel about him and how the race is setting up?
Well, not up until maybe a couple days ago when I put that yellow saddle towel on him to go train him, and I came here. I hadn't seen him in about 10 days since the Arkansas Derby, and so when we shipped him up here, I looked at him. He looked like he got a little wider, a little taller, maybe like an inch or so, but that's enough to, for me to recognize and notice the difference. But he looked amazing here, and like I said, it just started to hit me. I'm not really worried about who's in the race because it's not that important, really. It's his race to run, his race to win. If he gets the right trip, and that's it. That's all it took. And right now, I just feel extremely confident. Just watching him being here, settled in Churchill, and this work this morning, I'm confident. I'm not looking to win the race. We're here to win, but I'm walking up with a confident horse, a sound horse, a happy horse. I wouldn't be happier, leading another horse up like that. It's just perfect.
And Raylu's gonna Gutierrez.
Yes, Raylu is staying on. We're sticking with the one who brought us to the dance. He knows the horse very well since he was a 2-year-old. Raylu's been working him down since he was at Colonial Downs. So they got a little bit of a relationship. They get along. They understand each other, and that's what this work was this morning. He said it was very, very personal, one-on-one work between the two of them. He had to listen to his horse, and the horse had to listen to Raylu, so I like what they did this morning.
This is a huge opportunity for him, too. Y'all, your careers are a little bit parallel, different routes, but y'all been around, like, your whole life.
Yeah, we both grew up in the industry together with these horses, so we both got that background, that knowledge. We're both young, we're both hungry, and, Raylu's a great kid. He's very intelligent. He's easy. He learns quickly on a horse. And I think he just uses his head on the track, which is important, especially when you got to run in a 20-horse field. You got to be able to have a little bit of this out there.
And how excited is Mr. Simon, Bill Simon?
Oh man, he's excited. He makes me excited. He makes me more excited. We're just blessed that he gave us an opportunity. He stuck around for the whole show, and he's only helping build this outfit even better. I think this was our project here to try to find some quality horses for that Walmart bargain deal, and we found one. But we have a couple of very nice young horses coming up in the pipeline right now. So this probably won't be our first time, or only time. I think I want to be here in Kentucky in Churchill every first Saturday in May.
Bill Simon, the former chair of Walmart, so a lot of people are going to be making the parallels. Is it fair to call him a Walmart horse? You can buy some nice things at Walmart for not as much money.
Listen, Walmart's it's got great stuff, and he is the bargain sale for sure. Maybe Walmart's going to start sponsoring us here and sending us some stuff. No, but he's a bargain horse, and I don't like putting numbers on horses. I don't judge a horse. I lead up a horse that's confident and ready to run, and that's usually how I do things, So he's just here, and we're just enjoying the trip.
Well, last year's Derby winner sold for the first time for, what, $1,000?
Yes.
So he's like an expensive horse
compared to last year's horse, yeah, for sure. But, like I said, you don't necessarily need to buy expensive horses. You just got to buy athletes. You get, we're scouting out there like a basketball team, We got to find the right players, and you got to put them in the right team, and then the results speak for themselves.
So you got a sign here that says Barber Road. So where's Barber Road? Do we know?
Yeah, South Carolina. That's where a road that was named after Miss Tammy's father, and that's the road that she grew up in. So the name has a little meaning to this horse. I mean, everything about this horse is obviously special. You know, it's very meaningful being here. Period.